everybody. So this is Augustin. I'm back talking in English. Everybody who's following my channel has seen that most of all my videos lately have been in Italian, but I never forget English. I am part Irish myself. Everybody in Italy knows that. Okay, that's my connection with the USA, with Ireland, United Kingdom, all that. That's my English side. My granny, she was Argentinian Irish. My father speaks English and all that. So I have always been very connected to Europe, but I was born in Argentina. So I spent most of my life in Argentina, Brazil, and in the USA. I am now in Argentina. With the lockdown and everything, I stayed here. I didn't went back to Europe. So I'm staying here until things get more normal. And so I'm talking in English again. Why? Because I think there's some need now. I follow all the time at the end of the day from all the 5 countries that I'm related, which is Italy, Ireland, America, Brazil, and Argentina. The country that I end up relating the most is Ireland. I'm resident in Ireland since 2016, and I know Ireland a lot. I've been all over Ireland, and I'm involved in politics too. As a member, I never candidate for anything. I am not an Irish citizen because my father never applied for Irish citizenship. I have residence there and all that. But Ireland's the place that I relate the most. And sometimes I don't feel the necessity to be really advertising a lot of things to Ireland, okay? Because I feel like very local there, and I don't feel like telling Irish people nothing. But today I saw this article about Zoo, you know, this politician in Dublin, about Gemmas and all the chaos. And I said, well, maybe let's say hello to my friends in Ireland again. I'll explain first. I've been doing a lot of Italian because I am an Italian citizen. And I believe Italy is such a big country. And Italy has still a big part of the population who are progressives, who are patriots, that they care about Italy. And so in Ireland, I think the situation is more difficult. I believe Ireland is already gone as a country. What I mean, as an institution, it's not independent anymore. And I say this in all my chats. Like I don't see independence. I don't see anything that's all the faces we see in Ireland, like Leo Varadkar, Zoo, and all that. They're not really representing nothing local. They're working for foreigners, for international people. I believe that Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, lost its independence during the Celtic Tigers, where sweet money was offered to so many people. That happened in Argentina as well in the 90s. With what here was called the dollarization, that Argentinians, we thought were back to become a developed country, and rich country. That lasted a few years. Same thing that happened in Ireland. That lasted for some time, and now everybody's facing reality, which is the Republic of Ireland is not independent. It does not have enough elements to be considered an independent nation. And that's why in this TV show from RTV today, they're even questioning what's to be Irish. Because Irish is seen worldwide. That's my situations. Like I see Ireland from abroad and from domestic. So I'm there, but also outside. So I see the whole scenario. Somebody who's only local, they don't see how Ireland's seen globally. Ireland seems a tax haven. So Ireland is in this tax haven group, which is Bahamas, Panama, the Isle of Man, Ireland, Gibraltar, Malta, Singapore. So those countries, they are anonymous. None of them have a very specific reality. Once they do, and that's maybe the point of conflict in Ireland, usually it's for entertainment. So they say, oh, Singapore. Then a section of Singapore will be the Malaysians. I know Singapore too. So there'll be Malaysians and this and this. But then you have all this massive Singapore that's known all over the world, where is the headquarters of bankers and casinos and all that. So usually that's what an offshore country is. And the Republic of Ireland is the most fancy offshore republic in the whole world. So usually, but it is an offshore country. So that's what I believe Irish citizens have to get used to. What I mean get used to, it does not mean to accept it, but to assimilate it as a reality. Because a lot of time you'll be wasting your bullets, wasting your energy, wasting your time. And you just like like being entertained with a banana. Do you understand? They're just being something that does not exist. Okay, this is 2020. Ireland was traded maybe over 20 years ago. So all the decisions you see in Ireland, everything is made overseas remotely. And then you have those people, what matters is just if they are an Irish citizen or not. So if they have a paper that says you're Irish citizen, okay, that guy works to manage this institution called Republic of Ireland. It hurts a lot of the patriots, but sometimes there's no, that's what I believe, it's better me to explain this through this video. It's like, there's nothing better than you accept you have a disease and then you try to keep up with it and survive or fix it. But if you don't ignore, it just gets worse. So if all the patriots, all the people that care for the Ireland, or maybe now using the new terms like the old Ireland, you know, that it's Ireland's back to what it was during this 700 years between when Brian Boru was killed until the independence. So Ireland was definitely like 800 years maybe under the United Kingdoms, and now it's under the globalists. Okay, now we just don't know exactly, but they're not Irish people. Okay, so another thing is that this process is happening all over the world, and so it's not Ireland is just a tax haven. So maybe it's a bit, but the same thing is happening like all over the world, which is this new world order. When they say, I think the war ended on last Sunday by the Maya prophecy, and I think Yule and the solstice. So I guess the word, as we know, ended last Sunday, so August 20th. So maybe there's something new coming. I believe we need first to accept reality, which is we need to know that this is a game of giant global players. Another thing that's very important to understand is that the power nowadays, you're not talking about the owner of a factory next door. You're talking about multi-billion companies, okay? So the power today, 2020, is conducted by multi-billion dollar companies, multi-billion euro companies, okay? Funds. One of them is BlackRock Fund. They're based in New York. They manage $7 trillion. And those funds are the ones that manage, there's a lot of things going on between the funds and the capitals invested in the United Nations. Not that they say George Soros is the biggest person that's conducting the big boss of the whole thing. But what I want to explain is that this massive amount of funds, they are huge. That's why only America, maybe Brazil, China, countries that they do, Russia, countries that they do have a big economy, they can manage to try to work it out, but anybody else can't. So usually countries like Ireland, it's just the funds, they do whatever they want because we're very small to really Argentina. So once we're talking about a global power that manage trillions of dollars, expect to really face multi-billion trillion dollar games on that side. So if you're there struggling because you think, by how come the Black Lives Matter guy he's in the United Nations like that next day, and I don't have money even to take a bus from home to work. It's a €2 cost, and this guy has $6,000 to go to Switzerland and show up with appointments and everything, and you know, like, because this $7,000 is like pennies for his group, so whatever he represents. So a lot of times I explain this, so be more smart when you watch everything on news and stuff, even protests, because a lot of times they can be controlled opposition, because the opposition has so much money. I wouldn't even say the opposition, the power, the establishments, they have so much power and trillions of dollars that they do have money for those luxury items, which is not only to be themselves the establishment, but to finance groups, to entertain the opposition, so they don't have no opposition, because the little people that they believe in, they're just being entertained and driven, you know, like, and on this aspect, if you ask me what's going on in Ireland, I don't know. What's going on in Italy, I don't know. I am in direct contact with Forza Italia, I'm in direct with the Prince of Italy, I'm in direct contact with Mel Gibson, for example, I'm in direct contact with the National Party in Ireland. I do talk to those people, I send to them my proposals, my offers, I am a doer, I'm an executor, I own 3 companies myself, I make 10-20 million myself, so I have my brains, my companies, and I have a lot of problems on my own businesses, okay, and that's also why I'm on politics, okay? Because first problem, I'm talking about my own problems. And when I say that, I'm not saying that I just care about my problems. It's like, no, I'm not saying about what I believe. I'm saying of things that I have lived, okay? And one of the problems is the police in Ireland, and I'm waiting for 2 years to get a Gardaí post report from province. I have police overseas waiting for the post report, and the whole world, you know, like 5 countries. I have a lot of problems in 2018. Safety, cyberspace law, and then I'm there with the Gardaís waiting for the post report, okay, and which is I still don't have it, okay, but anyway, so what I'm saying is that I go through this and make sure you do understand that the establishment is huge, because and I blame this on the economy. As an executive, I think economy matters. So if you have right now, I can do this because I have the economy to have a phone. I have the economy to have some time to do this. I have the economy to be dressed here. I have the economy to speak not the best English, but English. Okay, that's economy that manages now for me to express my ideas. So when it comes to the economy, we need to understand that the establishment has a lot of money. How come? Because the economy in the past 50 years have been driven on and on and on to the unreal economy, okay? In economy, I'm trying to make a video that at least I teach something to people, make you a little bit more quiet. I don't like conspiracy theories. I don't like terrorism. I do not like all this negativeness, that people want to kill us. I just do not like that. I'm pissed with a lot of things, but I do not like negative stuff. So let's talk about real economy and unreal economy. What's real economy? It's like you need to eat. So you get 2 bags of rice, and then you process and you cook that with meat, and then you have a meal, and then you eat. That's real economy. That's cooking. That's growing the rice. That's real economy. The unreal economy, untangible economy, or virtual economy is trade, finance, entertainment, video, psychological. So that's economy. Yes, that's economy, but that's not real. That's not going to feed your belly. That's not going to give you a shelter. Okay? In the last 50 years, the economy of the whole world has been driven to this unreal economy. So we have now a global billionaires, and then you have the rest of the world, which are mostly related to real economy, which is my case. I work with food distribution. It's real economy, supermarkets, food production, delivery, okay? And we are being marginalized because our economy is not, there's no importance. It's all about the virtue. It's about finance. So every time on the business world, every time you want to do something, oh, but what's the opportunity cost and what's the return of the investment? So I just don't know. I need $80,000 to pay for this product, to ship it somewhere, you know, and then I'm talking about, okay, but if you put $80,000 on the bank and then you do changes and this, or how about if I buy a property, which is another thing that I dislike. I don't like the word property. Property is an example of unreal virtual economy, because unreal economy, it's home, it's house, it's farm. So property comes from the virtual world. It comes from stocks, from finance, from speculation, okay? So this is the thing. I think there's a lack of equilibrium because the real economy is like random, and we're in an extreme now with the end of the world, which is that we are living in a lockdown, that we cannot, like, real economy has been reduced for you to stay at home, okay? And then the virtual economy is rocking and rolling, because you go to YouTube, there's millions of videos, but YouTube is unreal economy, it's not real. The unreal economy, you can delete that in one day. You can delete, okay? So that's one of the things. But look, I'm here. I want to tell also that I've been doing a lot of networking. This year I learned a lot about YouTube and all that. As everybody knows in Ireland, like, I fight for the regulation of the cyberspace. I believe it should be regulated, and all my beliefs are mostly for common sense, for peace, for everybody to really be happy and have access to what they need. I'm not a victim. I'm not complaining. I believe there's some things that they need to be regulated. But unfortunately, on this unreal economy, virtual economy, to unreal, they're putting like random politicians taking place that they just entertaining everybody, and nobody knows really where the whole thing is going. And I don't think there's need for that. I believe we do have all the tools available in the whole world to be very happy, because we know everything when it comes to science. Like, we know like almost everything. So, but we need to really work on adjusting the whole thing to make it a more realistic thing, and that's why I offer my help. And I've been doing that work. I send my resumes like in Italian and English mostly, okay? And it's America, Ireland, United Kingdom, and Italy, okay? There's other countries that exist. Argentina and Brazil, I'm here all the time. I do business here, but I have never been that frequent here. I'm here because of the lockdown. So my life is mostly in Europe, okay? So I'm doing networking, so I have no news right now, but keep following me. Maybe we have some response and we start. One of the most beautiful things I've been doing is the Bring Civilization Back Trust, which is, it starts by my own person, okay? Because I have all my cases. It's been 2 years. I do sales for 20 years. Sometimes I feel sorry for younger people because I still had the chance to enjoy how life used to be. So I enjoyed to do sales until the early 2000s was very fun. It was such a good job. I used to go trade shows, Las Vegas, like Miami, Dubai, beautiful. And now with globalization, this thing that unreal, it's so boring, because it's like you need to be producing videos to sell. Like, not that long ago, I'll take a plane and go to a trade show. I'll be making friends and talking to people. Like, if you work with sales, and if everybody follows my channel, there's a video that was made for Ireland, like in the first week of the lockdown. I was crying because I couldn't keep up with the lockdown, because it's all against me. I'm the guy who likes, in Ireland, like, I'm probably one of the few Irish residents that is known in the pubs in Temple Bar Street, because Irish people, they just don't go there. It's all tourists and the locals that they work there, so bartenders and all that. But they know me because I don't care. I always go there, so that I know, and I miss those bars. I like a lot. I love Temple Bar Street. I even have a pencil. This pencil I purchased there. It's very cool. With the black, because that's where my great grand uncle was baptized. I even was baptized at the Temple Bar Street. So at the church that's at the bottom, now it's a theater. I forgot the name of it, St. Julian's, I think, and was the first Catholic church of Ireland. Like, my uncle was baptized there. So I love all this face. So it was all very fun, and I still love that. And I do not accept that now our civilization has been reduced to this price. I think we need to enjoy life. That's why I bring the best of Ireland and Italy together. The gift of the cab, the nice dinners, nice cooking, and then we bring it all together. I have a beautiful civilization. People are happy, enjoying real music, enjoying not all this brainwash stuff built up with sampling. Well, you know, like, it's not so. And we do have all the structure for that, and that's what the Bring Civilization Back Trust is about. So that's one of the things I'm doing. Another thing I'm doing is also my business itself. I'm offering myself for politics in Italy, because I'm an Italian citizen, and sponsoring all that. So there's a lot of things going on, and I'm just explaining also this because a lot of people in Ireland, Irish people, they know me from my apparitions when I was at the Gemma's protest, and that's just a part of me, and I was not fully involved. I would be visiting all the time. I offered a lot of help, you know, but I was not. But it was very cool that with this protest this summer now, there were some Irish friends asking me, oh, I think I saw you there. Like, I appreciate that. They remember me. I did enjoy. I had a lot of things to talk about, but I'm not fully associated, okay? If you really want to know, the first party I was associated in Ireland was Fianna Fáil. I was a Fianna Fáil member in 2016. I just left Finn and Fel because they didn't open the doors to me, but they knew me, and I was offering me, and I was there contacting them, but they never really opened the doors. It's a very corporate, big institution, and that was one thing. Then as the situation goes, I go to the National Party, and I do like the National Party because a lot of people, they just talk about Justin the Barrett, but I like the entire party. It's beautiful. I love all the meetings. I love all the gatherings. A lot of very brave guys. There's a lot of potential there. Okay, I am a member of the National Party. Okay, same way as a member of the Forza Italia, but that's one of the things I do. Okay, the number one thing I do is my business. Okay, I sell food, I sell rice, and I'm present in different countries. Okay, I am as a citizen. Okay, is Italy, Ireland, Brazil, Argentina, USA. On business, I am like everywhere. Okay, I'm in Thailand, I'm in Vietnam, I am in Chile now, I'm shipping to Chile now, I am in Brazil, I'm in Kenya, I'm in Liberia, I'm in Libya, I'm in Dubai, I am Jordan, like a lot of countries, okay, that I do business with. And that's my focus, and I face and victimized because I'm also part of the victim of the problem. Because in the 2000, let's say if I were born maybe 30 years ago, I'll be this example. I'll be famous by what I do, about the sales guy, maybe like what Walt Disney was maybe 100 years ago when he started, okay? Because I do have my drawings. I have my own artwork. I write, I make my own designs and everything. And I'm very successful. And I have corporate problems myself. Like I have companies that they falsify my products. I have companies. That's one of my fights with the Bring Civilization Back. It's like only massive corporations manage to keep up with the internet, the cyberspace, but not anybody else. And me, I am a corporation, and I can't because I don't have $100 million cash flow. Okay, so I can't. For me to keep a control with my supplier in Brazil, for him not to copy my brands, I need like a $400,000 cost because it's so easy to steal from me, okay? And that's what happened to me in 2018 when I was victim of looting, okay? A guy in Tala, in Dublin, his name is John Rafter, and other people associated with him. He attacked my company, and he did slandering and looting and defamation against me all over the internet. And his case is reported to the police, is not only in Ireland, but overseas too, where he made his actions. And other people in the case, but for me to get that job done, which means file proper lawsuits and everything, it's been 2 years that I'm interviewing attorneys and trying to do something, but I need like $100,000. Like it's a lot of money. So I'm not a corporation to manage that. So that's where I come back to my complaints, my case, and why I'm doing all of this. So a lot of times what you see is just a part of me, okay? So I do a lot of things, okay? So, and I speak 4 languages simultaneously, okay? Espanol, Italiano, Portuguese, and some German, Deutsche auch, Francais. I travel a lot. Last year I was in India too. I hired some people that needed to help me. And I love Ireland. I'm very happy in Ireland. When I moved to Ireland, I felt like, and I'll put some pictures maybe here, me and Brian Boru, like I felt a lot of commonalities with Brian Boru, which is my Irish last name, which is O'Brien. And then I felt a lot. So I felt, oh, the lions back to the jungle. That was my feeling when I came to Dublin the first time, because I went to Dublin very late. Even if I have Irish on me and that my father allowed that, but Ireland was kind of forgotten. I don't know. But then I went there physically only in 2015, and then was like, oh, why I haven't been? I think I've been here all my life. So the number one thing, I like the colors, the blue, the yellow, the light green. It's all my favorite colors. The weather, I like the cloudy, and look at that. This is so there. So you feel like, oh, I'm back. There are some things on me that are very Irish. For example, I have long arms and things like that. The hair, very Irish hair. Like, so sometimes I feel like, oh, look at that. I have some red hair here. And then, like I was back. And another thing that it really caught my attention a lot was August, which is my nickname. All over the August, which is Augustin, Augustin, August. And August was like everywhere there. August. That means and in Gaelic. And I was like, oh, look at that. So I really had a good time. I ended up starting my life in Ireland in Dublin 8. and that I did not know exactly where my family came from in Dublin. And then investigating, I found, and they were from Dublin 8 and Dublin 2 actually, but across from next to Christchurch. So then I found out that he was baptized in Temple Bar Street. I'm like, look at that, the same area in town that I felt fine. So yeah, it's all good. Okay, I just hope things get better soon, and please do follow my other shows there. It's called This The Show, and I'm just very happy to be having so many stories to tell and doing this. So I do hope I can promote happiness to everybody, and we go somewhere a bit more grounded. I believe with this unreal economy and this virtual economy, I mean, we need some sort of being more grounded. There's a lot of works to be done. I can't wait to start. I'm doing what I can, but that's when I mean start, I mean really start, okay? Because these projects are big and my problems are big, so we need to start big at some point. Okay, so look, very nice for those who have been here 25 minutes. Thank you. I miss Ireland. I hope I go back soon. Okay, I have a good time. I travel a lot, so it's even if I go back, it'll be for a few weeks, and I'll be already back on the plane. And so as far as the situation allows us to travel, okay, but we're traveling all the whole world through the internet right now in this virtual economy. On my channel, I created a lot of it's called global tourism and tourism classical music. So I put a lot of videos there from travel. So every time I'm making those, I'm putting them together. I have like 40,000 pictures in my computer. So I'm enjoying my square time, my quarantine time, spare and quarantine, square time. So my spare time now of the quarantine, I'm making these travel videos. So there's a lot of things to see. If anybody wants to join my trips, they're there. The last one's Hong Kong. I was there 2 times, 2008 and 2018. I was back, so I make this video there. I go to super cold bar. You don't know how painful it was when the lockdown started, because it's like, oh, I can't go to my pubs, I can't go to my bars, because I just love the pubs and the bars, Temple Street, but I'll go by myself. I go there like often. I really enjoy that a lot, okay? I don't drink a lot. I drink moderate, okay? I drink maybe 3 beers one night, you know, that would be it. Maybe 3 beers and a whiskey, and then I get a little bit more buzz, but usually I'm not a heavy drinker at all. And I don't do drugs too, okay? If anybody follows 27 minutes, I'm gonna say like, I do not do drugs. I do not like drugs, okay? Okay, so look, let's hope that war has ended on Sunday, that the worst is already gone, and that things are just going to get better from here on, which I believe it's a kind of an easy task, okay? And I'll keep everybody updated on the Bring Civilization Back, Trust, and the whole thing. Check my channel here, okay? Check there. There's a lot of stuff there. Some of the videos in Italian, I put subtitles, okay? If somebody speaks Italian and want to add subtitles, welcome to do so. I always put the option there. The contributions are on, because there's a lot of work to do subtitles, okay? So look, Benartayo, Argentine, okay? All right, cheers.
Traveling chef.
Traveling chef.
Yeah, next. Cheers.
Traveling chef. Traveling chef.
Traveling chef.